Love, peace, and light. Ariel here. I cannot believe I'm doing this video, but I'm going to go ahead and do this video. Okay. Recently, some things transpired that I found strange yet poignant for the time that we're in. When I originally came to the truth, which is funny within itself to say, when I came into the truth, bro, sis, you were born into the truth, okay? Nobody came into the truth. We were born into it. When I came in acknowledgement of my journey, okay, I wanted to fix things about myself, or I wanted to heal severe trauma that had transpired in my life, in my past, present, to protect and to assure my future. I wanted to be a better mother. I wanted to be a better daughter. I wanted to be a better sister. I wanted to be a better servant of the Most High. That's what I sought to be. I didn't want to be my people's issue or my people's problem or the reason why the hurt and the harm is continuously and continually perpetuated within my people, or something stemming from me that was the ripple effect that would continue to hurt my people. So I sought to understand several things: how to control my emotions, because I knew I had an anger management issue at times, which stemmed from deep-seated hurt and harm that was caused. I sought to understand this body, this temple, this avatar. I sought to understand what I could do better and how I could heal myself first, and then go about doing the works and helping my people. Because at the very core of me, I love my people. When one is a healer, you must first learn to heal yourself, and then can you heal others. Only after that can you heal others, and you can teach others how to heal themselves. I have to say, I've been in a state, I've been with a certain group for a certain amount of time, since 2016, and I was being led to just leave, to just separate myself. In all honesty, I didn't want to, because I had grown attached. Attachment's not good, especially when you're doing the work. When you're doing spiritual work, attachment is not good. You cannot attach to people, places, or things. Because if you should wake up one day and the Most High say, walk away from it all, you have to be ready, willing, and able to walk away from it all without question, without care. You just have to be able to do that. You have to be able to not hold on to things so tightly. So, as I walked with this group of people, I grew to love them, and I grew to know them somewhat. Like, I'm a firm believer of nobody can ever really know all of a person, even your significant other. You can't know every facet of that person. Even if they share with you, they can share a lot with you, but there's things like how their brain works. Unless you're a very intuitive person, you're not going to know every facet of them unless it's shared in a way that only Spirit can share it with you. I got to know them, and I got to love a lot of people. I really did. They truly had a place in my heart. Even at times when things they would do would be hurtful to me. But I said, I'm not perfect. Yet and still, the Most High forgave me and gave me another chance. He gives me another chance every day that we wake up and our eyes open and we're on this side of the dirt. We were given another chance. So, and I won't lie, I started off very judgmental. I started off very, very, very judgmental. I grew up, I was a church kid. I was the missionary's daughter. You know what I mean? So, we were churching all the time. All the time. And even then, I've always been a bit of a rebel because I didn't like when I saw something that wasn't right or that wasn't fair or someone being ostracized because they were a little bit different. So when somebody comes to me with that, it makes me angry. It angers me. And I feel the need to protect that person, irregardless of whether they're right or wrong. It is not our job to judge one another. First of all, you have to master self. Self-mastery is most important in this walk. Taking a look at a perspective of yourself, looking at your insides, like looking at yourself and fixing yourself is a must, first of all, in this journey. So many of us don't do that. So many of us are so comfortable with judging others that we just do shenanigans and what we just go all out. And people call us out on it and we say, this is my stuff and I do my stuff how I want to do my stuff and I don't care what you think. So this is kind of probably about something like that. It's for me, being in this journey, I guess I expected that if someone called themselves deacon, or if you call yourself elder, you could tell me ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and this is how you do it. This is how you get yourself together. Like, this is what you do. Don't quote scripture to me. Everybody's not going to get that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you come at me from a way of the scriptures, a lot of that may or may not be lost. It depends on where that person is scripturally. You understand? Because it has to be, you have to have an understanding, overstanding, and an understanding on how that relates in real time or in the real world. What does that look like in the real world? Because half of us don't even understand judge not lest ye be judged. Judged by other. I mean, I don't get it. Like, so what is the purpose of being or having these titles if we can't break it down in the simplest terms on how a person purges themselves of old anger, old hurt, old shame, all of these things? Let it go. Let it go. They may not know how to let it go. They may not understand or understand that, yeah, you got to sit with yourself and you got to somehow in some way feel that emotion and let it resonate until you dig through that cesspool of hurt and figure out, dang, that's where it came from. It came from the moment this was said to me, when you said to me, and I'm not trying to throw anybody out there, but as a mom, and we raise our daughters and we call our daughters names like bees and we call them hoes and we say these things to our daughter. That word sits inside that child and it marinates and it germinates and it turns into a wicked seed. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And then it comes out or it plays out in their behaviors. So if we don't have a way to tell that child, once that child is an adult, this is how you do this. This is, you go in there, you sit with that little girl that was said to, and you hold her hands, and you hug on her, you love on her, and you let her know you are not that thing that you were told, that lie that you were told, that lie that was spoken through whatever entity it was spoken through, be it a mother, an aunt, or whatever. That person was in a moment of hurtfulness and deceitfulness. So in that moment, that person was working through their ego, which we call Satan, okay, or the devil, okay. They were working in their lower self. So that lower self, because that person was hurt somewhere, somehow, that person decided to use that and hurt someone else. And unfortunately, it was a child. So that child took that seed and held on to that seed. That seed germinated in that child and grew into this strong thing. So now, this child being now an adult of 30, 40, 50 years old, what have you, now you got to teach that grown child, because remember, that seed was fostered at an age of infancy, at a childhood age. So now we got to teach people how to go into themselves and speak to that little girl or that little boy. And then we have to let them know how to say encouraging or kind words to that little girl or that little boy inside themselves. Because they gotta feel that emotion. And then they gotta let that emotion go. They gotta understand. They gotta understand within themselves the bullcrap that people did to you, the shenanigans and buffoonery that went down when you were a child, a minor, and you had no protection because no one in your life was stable enough or strong enough to protect you. That is not your stuff. That is not your garbage, but you have to deal with it now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we have to teach those people how to equip themselves with the tools to go in, speak life into that little girl or that little boy and fix those hurts. Okay? Because this is where you get all the backbiting, all the hating, all the lies, all the putrid sludge of falsalities and making up stories because you want to fit in with the crowd, the in crowd. And this goes on in church. You kidding me? When are we going to get real? Okay? Stop sitting around gossiping about what everyone else is doing, because what we are here for, my sister, my brother, we are here to fix the putrid filth that hurt us first. Self-mastery. You go within yourself and you deal with that. You heal that little girl, that little boy. I'm telling you, sometimes you got to sit in front of a mirror and you got to say, hey, Ariel, baby girl, I know this was done to you. I know that person hurt you in a sacred place and I cannot fix it. And I am sorry that happened to you. But I am here now and I will be accountable for anyone that does harm to you. And I will stand up for you and let them know, no, not today. It won't be going down today. No, ma'am. No, sir. That ain't what we're doing today. Today, if we are saying we are set apart, which means we're holy, we're going to darn well act like we're holy. So if you have asserted yourself in leadership over people, and you have something to say to a specific member of your company, construct, group, camp, church, whatever you want to call it. But yet the women in the group know what you're going to say to this person. Something's wrong. There's a breakdown somewhere. Somebody's talking too much. Somebody's sharing too much stuff. And let me tell you, that sets about a situation where now I can't trust you. Because if your leadership, yet I'm getting calls from leadership and I'm getting calls from membership, what's really good? What's really going on? And I'm sorry, I'm not one to play games and I'm not one to mince words. I don't like when anybody tries to play with my mind. I will let you know I am not that one. I don't have time for that. And you shouldn't have time for it either. There's a problem if you do. There's a big problem if you have time for the shenanigans and buffoonery. Me, I am fine. I don't even care. I'm not even worried about it. I'm good with not being in the group. I'm free now. Lord have mercy, am I free now? I am so free now. But let me be poignant. Let me be transparent. And let me tell you, I do not worship the sun. I do not worship the moon. I do not worship the stars. I do not worship leprechauns. I do not worship green stars and blue clovers, okay? Get your mind right, okay? When you're spreading all these rumors and you're telling all these lies and you're creating all these stories of which you know nothing about, that's coming back on you, baby girl or baby boy. That's not me. Check yourself. Make sure your insides are matching with what you're putting out on the outside. Because trust and believe you me, everything that is spoken with this thing in your mouth will come back to you, whether it be now or later. But you know what? I'm not judging you. Because me, quite frankly, I really don't care what you think about me. I'm going to heal my inner child. I am going to deal with the things that I have in my mind, my thoughts, my emotions. I am going to conquer that because that's what I have to do. I refuse to continue to operate in my lower self because I know that traps me and the Most High cannot use me in that capacity. So if you want to go ahead and keep being backbiters, stabbers, liars, doing all that stuff you want to do, that's what you do. That's your thing. You do it. Do you, boo? Booski, do you? I don't care. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Do you? But let me tell you something. I have no animosity, no hate, no revenge, none of that in my body. I could care less because I got to be about my father's business and my mother's business. I got to be about cleansing this mess, cleansing whatever is in here out. So actually, this last little bit of whatever, or don't come back to church until whoopty woo woo woo. No. Let me tell you something. I am not ruled by man or woman. I gotta rock with the spirit. That's who I rocks with. I rocks with the spirit. So if spirit tells me to leave somewhere, that's what it is. And the thing about it is, when you don't listen to what you're told to do, Spirit said, oh, okay, you gonna play with me, right? Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I can get you up out of here when I'm ready to get you up out of here. This is what it is. So I feel free and I'm happy. I am good because the right people are together, and that's what it should be. That's what it should be. For the sister that reached out to me, sis, I'm not saying I do not like all members of GOCC. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, sis, is if you're down for the most and you're a righteous individual and you're good with me not rocking with your company or GOCC any longer, then you're good with me. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't have time for fake folk. I don't have time for it. Time is short, and time is so very precious, and it's so very, very fragile. Like for real, for real. We don't understand what time we're in right now. Henceforth, all the games. And some of us a little too old to be playing games, okay? Get real with it. I don't even understand why it's even necessary to continue playing games. Because, for what? Just, you're worried about the wrong ones. You need to worry about the Most High, not people. People can't put you in hell. Thank goodness. And people can't put you in heaven. All praises. So if you think a ABC, a 1, 2, 3, or a woman or a man gonna put you in hell or take you out, you're sadly mistaken. Get your mind right, because at the end of the day, it's the most highest choice. And with all the shenanigans he's seeing right now, because he knows when you're behind closed doors and you're doing this buffoonery, he knows and he sees it. He sees all. So keep on thinking it's a game. And some of us have been blessed to have second chances to do this life right. And we still caught up on shenanigans and buffoonery. I don't understand. I really just don't understand. It's my goal to get it right. And I did before. I have to say I was judgmental of people. But now I know that the Most High has a beautiful and wondrous plan. And our plan may not be his plan. And at the end of the day, we're all created, but we are not all created equal. So be careful who you put your mouth on, because you don't know who is his or who isn't his. And if I'm not mistaken, half the prophets and the people in the Bible didn't have it together. But I'm going to leave you with this. Be careful what you say and what you do. Because Saul didn't understand. Or maybe he did understand, he wasn't quite right. But at the end of the day, he didn't do anything to make it better. I often wonder what would have happened if he would have just repented and went in the way of the Most High and stopped people pleasing. I often wonder that. I don't know. I don't understand why we think this is a game. Maybe because nothing happens right away to us and we think, oh, I got away with that. Let me try something else. But it is my goal to be a better person. That's what my goal is. And if I have to get in the middle of podunk nowhere to do it, get with myself and get out all the things that I went through as a kid and as an adult, I don't need to share that with any of you because you can't be trusted. I have shared that with sisters and brothers that I can share that with. And I learned a lot from Brother Nehemiah and Obadiah because they taught me that you're not perfect, sis. And you're judging. You're being judging. You're judging people. And I had never seen that about myself before. Because in my mind, I was good because I was following the scripture. So ain't nothing like good old fashioned. Let me show you how to do this and being put into situations. We all have our time in the sun and we all have our time on the cross. And that's just what it is. Peace, love, and light. Darkness and light working together in a cohesive fashion and harmony to bring good and relevant occurrences to all mankind. We got to get this together, y'all. Seriously. We got to get it together.